Nigga try to jack my swag, I'm feeling this nigga. But bitches know you ain't Young Cardi, I'm telling you, nigga, die.
Alright, boom. Just to give some quick backstory, Gabrielle Union was let go from America's Got Talent on November 22nd, I believe. And a source close to the show said that the reason was she brought to the attention of America's Got Talent of a racist rhetoric and I believe identity politics. Two incidences being, one, Jay Leno made a tasteless joke while airing the show. I guess it was a painting of dogs, and he said that it belonged on a menu at a Korean restaurant. Also, allegedly, America's Got Talent was tired of Gabrielle Union's hairstyles because they were deemed as too black. Well, Terry Crews went on the third hour of the Today Show and was asked about if America's Got Talent had a racist rhetoric or basically identity politics, and this is what he said.
You're at the show. Is there a toxic atmosphere?
First of all, I can't speak for sexism because I'm not a woman, but I can't speak on behalf of any racism comments. That was never my experience on America's Got Talent. In fact, it was the most diverse place I have ever been in my 20 years of entertainment. The top 10 acts were Asian, women, older, younger, black, white. It was everything in the gamut. Now, I have to say this, too. When you look at what the allegations are about, it was given by an unnamed source. My thing is, it's funny because I believe you should listen to women. You should always believe women. So I asked my wife what I should do. And she was like, first of all, if it's coming from an unnamed source, because Gabrielle Union has not made any statement to this day about any of these allegations publicly. Yeah. So
have you spoken to her?
I have not. I have reached out, but I have not heard anything. And so my thing was, my wife said, well, if she hasn't made a statement, why would you? Yeah. And I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to her.
And, not too long after that, Gabrielle Union shot back on Twitter and was basically asking, where's all this diversity on the show? Where's all this diversity when it comes to people making decisions behind the scenes? Where's all this diversity when it comes to hair and makeup? The same thing that she was scrutinized for allegedly behind the scenes. And you have to also understand that a lot of frustration probably goes to the fact that when Terry Crews came forward with his Me Too story, she was in support of him. And if you don't know what that story is, basically Terry Crews went on Twitter and did a long diatribe on how he was at a Hollywood party, him and his wife, and a high-level Hollywood executive walks up to him and basically gropes him in front of his wife. And he wanted to do something about it, but he wasn't trying to be looked at as the big black guy who beats the crap out of some executive at a Hollywood party. And also he didn't want to be ostracized from, the business that he's skilled at. So he didn't do anything about it. And I guess it was weighing heavily on his mind, and he decided to bring that forward. When Terry Crews, shoots back on Twitter, at people who, criticize his decision to say what it was he said on Third Hour Today, and basically said, hey, I don't owe you a damn thing. I don't owe my mother anything. I don't owe my daughters anything. I don't owe the people I work with anything. My damn sister. I don't owe anybody anything. The only person who I have to sit up here and please at the end of the day is my wife, and that is Rebecca. And just stand by it, and then now it comes the question, who's right or wrong in the situation. On one hand, with Gabrielle Union, I understand her frustration. I understand that, I put my leg out, I put my neck out for you. When you sat up here and you were talking about how Hollywood wronged you, how somebody came up to you and sexually assaulted you, and I'm pretty sure there were a bunch of people in Hollywood and there were a bunch of people in the general public who turned their back on you for doing so, But on the other hand, you have to look at Terry Crews and be like, look, he's the man of his household. He's the sole provider in his household. He's the one who brings home the money. He's the one who has to sit up here and take care of his family. And sometimes when you have to sit up here and take care of your family, and you are not, the boss of the profession that you are in, you have to sit up here and follow a certain type of rules. You have to. You have to sometimes bite the bullet in order to, reap the benefits in the long run. So it's a very difficult situation, and let me know what you think.